Afternoon. For those in the room that don't know me, I'm Major Jeff Cotner, C-O-T-N-E-R, with the Crimes Against Persons Division of the Dallas Police Department. I'm here to talk about a recent murder. Our victim is Sharneen Norman. She was a black female, 49. Sharneen was known as Sean to family and friends. Dallas police officers conducted a health and welfare check on Monday, December 1st at about 6:30 p.m. in the 200 block of South Browder. There they found Miss Norman deceased in her apartment of an apparent gunshot wound. Neighbors told detectives they heard a commotion shortly before sunrise on Sunday, November 30th. One neighbor reported hearing a pop during the disturbance. Family members told detectives of a male acquaintance whom they described as a boyfriend, who had access to Miss Norman's apartment. Detectives observed on video an individual matching the physical description of the acquaintance leaving the apartment building on Sunday morning shortly after the timeline provided by the neighbors. Over the next 3 days, detectives made investigative efforts to find the acquaintance, who I will further describe as a person of interest. Detectives were notified shortly after 5 p.m. yesterday that the person of interest had been found deceased in a motel room in Conway, Arkansas, of an apparent suicide. The person of interest had checked into the room on Tuesday, December 2nd, and was found after he failed to check out on Thursday. A firearm was recovered in the room. Investigative efforts are ongoing in regards to both deaths. Detectives will be traveling to Conway soon to speak directly with detectives there. Questions?
Jeff, the family says that she left, she moved here to get away from him. Do you know if there were any prior history of domestic violence?
You know, Rebecca, we're still working with the family. I will share that the Norman family's been extremely cooperative in this tragic scenario, and they've been their assistance is invaluable to get us to where we are right now. I'm still going to describe our individual as a person of interest. We're not at the point where we can say that our case is closed. The only person that has been identified throughout this investigation is our person of interest. But until we are able to complete our investigation, it's still going to remain open.
Were you able to find any videos of him entering that apartment?
You know, as I described, we reviewed surveillance video of the building. There wasn't necessarily a camera at every location that would be adjacent to Miss Norman's apartment. What we did observe is an individual matching his description leaving the building on Sunday morning shortly after the time frame provided with the neighbors where they'd heard what they described as a pop.
How long would it take for forensics to determine whether or not it's the same firearm?
You know, I'm not sure exactly. Each one of those cases is different, but that is something that once we work with Conway authorities, we'll look at ballistics on both what physical evidence we have here and that's recovered in Arkansas.
When officers arrived, is her apartment door locked, or was it?
Julie, there was no signs of forced entry. You know, as I mentioned earlier, the family shared that, in their words, the boyfriend did have access to the apartment. So, all right, guys, thanks. I appreciate it.